All right, last night, Spain sent out a force. I couldn't see him because it was beyond my view here, but you could see it up here. I was hoping it was this big army, but he's playing it slow. Now I'm confused that he would send a force that's so weak, but it is what it is. So I had my big army coming down there, but now I'm splitting them up. I'm sending a force to just take this AI city. It would be great if I could get this level 5 fort. Yeah, it's level 5. It would be great if I could take it. Spain still has a bigger army than me. Here you could see the newspaper. Day changes happen in an hour, but I'm 4.58 versus a 6.48. So there's a 2-point spread, which is pretty high. But if I go back here, oh, it's a 1.5 point spread. So he's gaining on me, which is confusing. I'm convinced I'm going to do better. I still think time is on my side, and if he wants to start a war and take the popularity hit, go for it. I'm consolidating these troops here because they just took this oil province here, and they're going to come down. And a level 3 fort and 1 artillery is more than enough to kill this. I don't need to be showing him my main army, and I don't need to be having my main army weakened in this lower morale provinces. So I'm convinced that I will have more troops than him in the future based on my spy. So my spy told me what Fallujah has. Here you can see the spy. I'm not impressed. Now, why am I not impressed? Well, look at it. It's a single resource province. We have a damaged harbor. Granted, he's had this province for a long time. 50% morale, still not impressed on that. A damaged fort. He could be building up to level 2, but honestly, he should be building up more. Damaged barracks he didn't disable. I'm just like, why? I've sold a bunch of my grain now, and I've started to hire more spies. You can see them. I wanted to put a spy in his capital, but you can't in this game mode. What are you going to do? I'm putting defensive spy in my city center here because I'm going to build my capital here eventually. And then I'm doing Chile. I'm putting a spy here so I could start seeing Chile and start seeing if there's a buildup here, seeing if he's coming. Wait, is that Norway? Oh, they're colluding. Okay, so they're team members for some reason. Maybe they're friends. I don't know. That is different. I wasn't expecting that. Look at that. I tell you what I'm planning, and then I learn things as I go. So Chile and Norway are teaming up. That's concerning. But anyways, so this is just a bad use of resources. And yeah, maybe you don't want to build up the harbor because you might lose this province. But not having a high level fort, this makes me feel like he's not a fort person. So me putting in so many resources into harbors and developing my provinces, which my morale's coming up. It's at 80% now. It's going to get a little bit higher. I think it'll really put me in a really strong position. I'm just like, I need more time. It would be great if I could also start pivoting to a much higher steel production than I make oil. Right now, that's just not happening. I think over time that will, because these single province resources, are at 57%. They're going to get much higher, especially when I move my capital. But that's that. I'm quite happy with how things are going. I wish he attacked with more troops. He's also not attacking with strong troops, so I'm confused about that. I also thought this province, because it had so many buildings, was going to have an airport, and it doesn't. So maybe he doesn't have an airport. So yeah, he has a bigger army than me, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worried. I think he'll do something wrong. And I really can't wait. As the days progress, the spy information starts coming out. Really bummed about Norway. I have to think on that. I'm glad that Colombia is making ground against Mexico, because now I can move troops around. I don't have to keep guarding this giant border. So hopefully Colombia and Argentina continue to just take them out. Getting very close to finishing up my factories. I'm pivoting to barracks, and then I'm going to build airdromes. I think I really want to attack Spain when I have an air force, because if he doesn't have air support here, I'll find out more. Maybe he has an airport somewhere else, maybe in Babylon. But if he doesn't do air support, I need to get planes out then. So yeah, those are my plans. Nothing fancy. Spain has just kept reinforcing this area bit by bit. I didn't realize this. This has been an interesting experiment. Spain has been here for multiple days now. At least this armored car has been. The armored car has not gone to 50%. So what I assume by that is you can't heal in enemy territory to 50%. You can't go this way. You can only go this way to 50%. And that's why his infantry are stuck here at 50%, and the artillery wasn't hurt, so it stays where it is, because it's not infantry. Now I'm wrapping up this spot here. I'm going to be taking it. I always forget to do this. And I'm moving this artillery piece over here. Take a day. Things take much longer than I was expecting, but it makes sense. Part of the reason why this map is taking so long. But I'm deciding to attack. Now I've split up my army here. I have Army Group A with Hank and Army Group B is going here. You can see the arrows. A is going to this spot and B is going here. Now, the reasoning I'm doing this is my spies. Now, I'm going to get more information because this, again, will take a long time. This is going to take a day and 9 hours, a day and 12 hours. Really long time. This will be quicker once this group takes this province. I'll have this territory that will be mine. Let's go over it. The spies. The spies are telling me he's not building properly with the damaged buildings here. But I look over here and I don't see an airport. Look over here and I don't see an airport. And sure, maybe there's an airport here or back here. Probably one here. But like, I was expecting airports here to move here to push. But he's not doing that. Furthermore, he's built a factory here, which is confusing. You know, I'm almost thinking that this is a battleship or something crazy like that. Like he has a navy, which means I need to start producing airplanes very soon. But it'll still take me a couple days. But it'll probably take him a couple days to get up here to stop my supply lines. And I could always just tell him to stop moving on the river temporarily. But the spies also told me something interesting. First of all, I believe he's been economically damaging this area because this is the second time I've had to repair this railroad. You can see it's a little damaged, 56 out of 60 health. Weird spot to put an economic sabotage spy. Like, I don't care about fish, the least important resource. The spy told me this. So it told me for Spain, his resources. So you can see he's buying food. He's selling materials. This is telling me a lot. He's not managing his resources correctly. He has way too much materials. Why don't you have any fish? How is this happening? Is this a glitch? And then the food's really low. And I'm like, okay, well, he's buying a bunch of food. At least this is his last executed transaction, and he's selling steel for pretty much free. That's happening. That's been crazy. He may have a bigger armor than me, but I think I could beat him. I could just outmaneuver him because I need to get moving. What my spies also told me is Chile does have right of way with Norway right here, so they are buddies. I need to push Spain out. If I start pushing Spain so easy, I'll just take Spain's city. I'll just take these 4. Well, I guess these 3 already have one up here, city centers, and then I'll win. But yeah, I don't understand what Spain's doing here. I always try to assume, one, they're dumb, but I should never assume that they're just dumb. What's the smartest thing they could be doing here? So I think of this as a way of lowering this province morale, because you could see enemy armies -30 here. I guess this province is still rising though, so that's not that great of an idea. But I could see this as a strategy to lower someone's morale. If I were to do that though, I wouldn't be right in artillery fire of the fort. I would just be right here lowering that province's morale. I need to get moving. The goal is to sweep in this way with Army Group A and cut off anyone that's here at B, and then make sure I just destroy everything that's here on this side of the river. I don't plan on building forts along here, but I might. I'm definitely going to build a fort here because I have this as a defense. But I really don't know what he's going to bring at me because I feel like he's trying to bait me into attacking him, and I'm attacking him now. So that's that. I do think he was trying to bait me to attack him here, but I have a great fort here. It's going to be level 4 soon, and I'll have 2 artillery pieces to just slowly bombard him back into the Stone Age. Glad I'm going to have day change in an hour. I'm going to have 2 days of spies to give me intel before I move out, before I actually start attacking and declaring war. I've also changed my meeting place where the new troops will show up. I chose Naval. I think it's a great spot to help the defensive line while still being pretty far away from the front. It also has an oil. If I built a railroad here, I can move fast and not feel like I'm missing out. I'm building a railroad somewhere where it doesn't matter. I'm also going to build a railroad right here. I know that's counterintuitive from what I was saying. I need railguns because I think it would be great if Spain doesn't fight back just to have railguns right here, because he doesn't like forts. If I have railguns and forts, I could just start bombing his coast. So I need railroads to accomplish that. So that's another delay because now I've got to build 2 more railroads here. I need to start building higher tier troops now. And that's that. This will be interesting. All right, it's go time. Army Group A is getting in position. Army Group B was getting in position, but I noticed he had a level 4 fort here. So that's confusing. He's also building an airdrome. Now I don't know if that's a damaged one or not, but that's odd. So I don't need to be hitting that fort. My goal is to cut his army here, so if he does have anything big, he can't escape. It is what it is. It's not as clean as I wanted it. I'm also going to just move some more infantry and artillery here, but I'm going to declare war. Now, one of my subscribers asked, popularity still goes down after declaring war, because he heard through the grapevine that it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Romania. They have 64% popularity for me, and Germany 64%. So I'm going to go to Spain, declare war. I'm going to get a shot on there. there. Good, killed 7 of them. But yeah, popularity, where are we at? 57. Romania, 56. Yeah, so declaring war still lowers your popularity. Getting a few of those, like where'd you get that information? I wasn't expecting this. So I'm assuming that these two are built up and have forts, which is a bummer. This is the first one he took, Babylon. But I'm hoping that the morale here is so low, and if I just take these other provinces, it won't be a problem. Also, can't believe he has a battleship. It is what it is. I'm moving Army Group B to consolidate with A because I'll need everyone together to take out these forts, or at least cut off their supply lines. Now, I'm assuming since my fort level is so strong here, that any reinforcements I have can go in and defend my line. But yeah, my goals now is to take the coast, start getting a railgun to bombard his battleship and his side of the coast, and an air force too. And when things are settled, I'm going to take this city. And that's really my plan. The airports are finally getting close to being done, so I can start getting an air force there. I have 1 railroad gun. I just need a little bit more wood and money for that. You know, I'm going to just sell some oil because I have way too much. If I could buy wood at 3, anything under, I'm going to just say 3.4 should be fine to sell. I'm not going to try to sell too much of it, but I have plenty. I did go negative on resources. Here I had to start changing the daily consumption to make sure the coal and gas didn't go to 0. Just keep buying wood. All right, so the railroads will not be connected to here. I'll do a railroad here because that's a coal, so I can bombard this way, and that'll be the first way to bombard. Because it's a higher level fort, I have to build up the forts down here. Oh, he's running. Okay, that's not a lot of troops either. Oh, he's running, but he's also running this way. Oh, that sounds like a trap. But he's moving. He moved pretty quick. Battleship's moving. Interesting. Battleship's moving. I'm not going to get close to that battleship. I don't think that battleship can reach me. I'm going to say it can't. Maybe here at Fallujah, but Fallujah's not very guarded. But why is this army going north? Oh, wait, he isn't leaving now. Okay, well, you can go back. Stay here. But yeah, we're going to consolidate and trap this army. It is leaving. Okay. It's leaving or it's consolidating with this. Maybe his main force was here, but this is 75% morale. So his troops are kind of hurt. So if I do consolidate, I'll take him out. Oh, he finally disabled the barracks and recruitment office. Okay, so he's expecting me to abandon. He's expecting to abandon this place and this place. Not this place though, because he hasn't disabled it. Very interesting. Part of me wishes I waited for a railgun. I need to assume airplanes are coming. It's day change, day 32. Taking out that battleship, you could see shots that were fired last night, and he was just setting up his battleship all wrong. He was here. His range was right here. His army was right here to lure my army in because he thought I would attack the army. But what I did is I just sat here because I wasn't going to get shot by the battleship, shoot that army instead of attack it, get stuck here, get shot up all night. Then after I've killed that army, I just moved in my artillery and went in and killed his battleship. Now, the reason I can do that, I have so much infantry. This is the army that fought him, and I have all my artillery. They're fine. Everyone's fine. I lost a couple infantry. He lost a battleship. Very not great for him. On the southern front, depending on how well I take this fort, this is explained in another video, Killing Hank, that I'm going to build up this area or this area to bomb this beach. Now, I know through my spies that Spain has been building railroad guns. This is a new day, so I'm seeing new intelligence reports. Oh, wow, Norway's running out of food. People are not managing their resources properly. Oh, and he's hurting for oil. That's interesting. Chile's running out of food. I've been selling food and making bank. Spain's running out of fish, which is weird, but he's building tanks. You can see a tank here. Okay, this spy report doesn't have it. I'd have to show a previous day. Okay, so I'm seeing artillery from a previous day, armored cars. Why armored cars? I don't know. Armored car again, tank, artillery, tank. Here it is, railgun. So he's building a lot of tanks and artillery now, but there's that railgun. That's the thing I care about right now because my goal is to just push him off. Push him off here. You know, I've already taken this. I'm going to take these, maybe, probably, and then set up railguns and start bombing his coast. And the reason why I think I can do it is, you can see here he doesn't have railroads. You can see here he doesn't have railroads. He has a railroad here, but I don't think he had a railroad here last I looked, or here. I know day change has happened, so that's something to think about. I can't actually see if there's railroads here. He's not set up railroads here at the coast to get bombarding. So I'm hoping I can set mine up with a high level fort knock down all his forts, and get a huge advantage. Then I could decide on what to do. I'll bombard here, and then I'll take the city. Then I'll decide to either go up north or south to finish the game, to get the 2 other cities, because I need 4 of them. But yeah, things are going all right. Now, they've only had 1 artillery here, and I knew that because my balloons were spotting them. So I'm not actually scared what's here. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't retreated. He's lost only 12 casualties last night, but the fort level has gone down. But I haven't lost anyone. You can see he's shooting me. I haven't lost anyone. Now this group's about to get there, so now we're going to have 12 more artillery to really finish him up. The goal then is to consolidate and then take here. And I know I could take this place. I don't know how big his army is here, but I know I can take it through firepower alone based off his response to me killing Hank. Now Hank had, I don't know, 20 or 30 health, so he only has 1 to 3 artillery here when Hank started getting shot at, and that's not a lot. Now he may have his huge army right here, and he may surprise me. I'm very bummed my spy didn't give me this location, but I'm going to risk it. I'm going to consolidate everyone I have, and we're going to go down and take out Babylon. It's risky from an intel position, but I'm not convinced he has a secret weapon here, and I think he doesn't want to give up these spots without me destroying the forts. Also, as a tangent, when I invaded these 2 areas here, when he started running away, he disabled the recruitment offices, and here he disabled this barracks and this recruitment office. He didn't disable the recruitment office here. He didn't disable the recruitment office here. What does that tell me? If he disables a recruitment office, he's not going to fight for that territory. If he doesn't disable a recruitment office, he is going to fight for that territory. I thought that was an interesting personality of my opponent, and I'm just here sharing what I know. But overall, things are going well. I was expecting him to have so much more troops here, but I noticed he's actually at war with Morocco, who's an AI. I don't know how they started fighting, but he's at war. Morocco's also at war with Bulgaria, so Morocco's going to go. I think that's been distracting his army, and you could see his economy's not doing well because he doesn't want to buy fish or something. It's just not all the way 100%. He had such a good morale too. It's still 91. 2 glaring things he's doing wrong is I don't see any balloons. I've not seen a single balloon. My spies haven't told me he's built a balloon. And he doesn't optimize his buildings right. He built like this okay. He really built these up. And that was a good place to do it because this is so close to me, and this brings you to the city. And by getting to the city and defending this is all you actually need. This is just extra. But he had a barracks, and he didn't have this disabled. He has a barracks in a single resource province, which is wrong. He had just he has a lot of building mistakes. He's building factories here. He built a battleship, which is not a good idea. There's not enough water to run away from airplanes. This is a river. Don't build battleships here. Submarines, my fighters will find your submarines if they show up, which I need to build a fighter. If I do start seeing people die here, I'll have my Air Force come in and just kill that submarine. Right now, I'm only just bringing infantry from the mainland. I have enough forts up here to start building fancy toys. But those are 2 big things I'm seeing with this player. I'm like, how did he get this city so quick? Because he had so many days ahead of me. I think now the tide's turning in the economic front. So Spain still has a bigger army than me, but I'm catching up. So 6.52 to 6.37. That's today. I didn't see that until now. That's great. And then here, 2 days ago, I'm making more resources than Spain. Now that's just because I've been heavily building harbors on the coast, keeping my morale high. And when you expand so much, you have to keep up with the up. Now I chose harbors because railroads have an upkeep of coal. And this is a game based on oil. It would be a really bad idea to build railroads in every province. Now I build railroads in every energy province because that's a net positive in energy. See a railroad here being built. But harbors don't have any upkeep. That's the beauty of harbors. They're extremely expensive. They cost 10,000 wood. They are so great in the long run. Their morale boost, their morale development really puts them ahead in the game. I'm quite happy with this. I'm thinking I could start pivoting and building up the forts here. I was trying to hold off on development, but I don't want Norway or Chile to do a last dash and attack me. And I'm thinking once I declare war on this AI, they'll start doing something. Once I go to war with Baghdad, I'm expecting things to get a lot worse. So I need to build up the forts here. I'd say at least a level 3 in some areas. I think this is a great spot for a railgun if I want to bombard him over here. So I'm going to move this to level 5, but everything else just needs a 3. And it's a 3 because 3 hides your units. Now I wish the game would tell that to people because it doesn't. Here's level 3. Just says on higher levels they can conceal stationed armies. This is actually the higher level. this wordage is used on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But yeah, it's 3. It used to be 2, and then they changed it. Sometimes they change things and don't tell people, but that's why I've been making a game update playlist, so we all could try to stay informed on different changes. So if you all ever find changes and I can prove them right, I'll add it. I'll make a video about it, add it to the list to help everyone else out. But yeah, overall, I feel pretty confident. I'd be very surprised if he has a massive army here. It makes me want to just grab another group to support him. Can't hurt. But yeah, I was expecting him to fight more. I think what happened is that Morocco, he got declared war. Morocco started fighting him like 4 or 5 days ago, and I didn't realize it. And I think it's totally messed Spain up. Inadvertently attacked at a great time. But I would have just given up this coast. Like, if you don't have the troops to hold it, don't do this. You're just losing men now.